Hello everybody, Dr. JJ with Pinnacle Chiropractic here in beautiful Bradenton, Sarasota area. And here I am going to talk to you about the vagus nerve, the wandering nerve of your body. It is one of the longest nerves, if not the longest nerve, and it is a huge contributor to your parasympathetic nervous system. So that brake side of the nervous system that allows you to rest, digest, and heal optimally. And maybe you're someone that's been Googling and you've seen all the craze on the vagus nerve, and it will generate millions of different results for health hacks with the vagus nerves. And with all this research and biohacking and natural science that has been reported lately with the vagus nerve, it's really cool to see how big and an amazing impact that the vagus nerve does have. But I bet you many of you didn't know that the vagus nerve is vital for your child's development. It is the major nerve that supplies your child's immune system and your gut. So the vagus nerve can be the root cause for many kids if they're having problems with stomach pain, constipation, diarrhea, constant colds, rashes, from viruses or bacteria, you name it. So this is really for if you're a mom that is more on the crunchy side or on the scrunchy side, you name it. What I mean by that is if you're holistic or even a little less holistic. Maybe you're a mom that's tried oils, supplements, you name it, to help with the gut and immune system in the past, but it's just not really getting to the root cause. Or maybe you're a mom that just doesn't want to use medication for this case. And if that is so, then you're going to want to keep on listening. So essentially what we'll break down here is what is the vagus nerve and how is it the root cause of your child's immune system function or struggles and digestive system struggles. And first what we'll do is we'll dig exactly into what the vagus nerve is, does, and then how we here at Pinnacle test for the function of the vagus nerve. And so really what we'll get into here is what is the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve is also termed the wandering nerve of your body because it originates from your brainstem, which is that upper neck area. It is the control center of your whole nervous system. It's essentially like the breaker box of your nervous system. And it travels down along the neck and then spreads out throughout the whole rest of the spine and the upper body. And what it really does is not only does it have vital functions in controlling your heart, your lung, your digestive system functions, but we know that the vagus nerve does even more important work. And recent research suggests that vagus nerve is critical to regulate our immune system, especially with lowering inflammation. And we know many people are walking around inflamed and dealing with that, which is one of the key contributors to chronic disease, not only with young children, but especially with adults as well too. Because of the immune system intricate relationship with our gut and the digestive processes, because the gut is the second brain of your body essentially, it's no surprise that these two symptoms continue to be lumped together when kids struggle in a cycle of sickness or common digestive disorders. And so now the next part of what you need to know is what I touched on earlier. How are we going to measure the function of this vagus nerve? And the first step is to address how your child's vagus nerve is functioning and really how their nervous system is functioning is to measure it. If you're going to a chiropractor that isn't measuring it, how do they truly know? If you go to anyone that is giving you advice, they should be using specific measures in order to give you true results, because symptoms are very important. We want to help you with that, but the key to it all is this just didn't happen one day. It didn't develop over one day. If these tests will help us even prevent some of these things from happening in the first place by nipping it in the bud. So the most important exam for the vagus nerve is heart rate variability, which is an HRV test, we call it. And our office is trained and equipped with HRV on children, and we can do it as young as a few days old. So all the way up to stressed, worn out parents, you name it. And depending on the age, HRV is a simple test, and it just takes 1 to 5 minutes or so to run, but gives us a very valuable information on how your vagus nerve works and whether subluxation or dysautonomia are present within your nervous system. And so I'll give you 2 examples that we have seen in our office. The first one is going to be This is the HRV scan here. And really what we're looking at is it plots it between, you can see here, this is sympathetic, so more the gas pedal side of your nervous system, and parasympathetic. And really where this needs to be optimally functioning for stress and the vagus nerve is going to be in the screen. And you can see this was a mom. She was very worked out all the time, crazy fit, she's in good shape, but struggles with fatigue all the time and has immune issues, sciatica, and you can see that this is the sympathetic side. She was in that gas pedal mode, so in this sympathetic dominant, and this shows that her vagus nerve, the brake pedal side, so this side here, is not doing its job essentially. It is failing to keep up with her. And when that side of the nervous system becomes dysfunctional or subluxated, an overactive, sustained sympathetic fight or flight, the gas pedal, as a response to that. So this is one example of vagus nerve struggling. I'll kind of zoom in there so you can see it a little bit better. And then the other one is going to be of a 2-year-old that has sleep, digestion, and constant ear infections. So as you can tell, that vagus nerve really controls a lot of that. And with this 2-year-old little girl, she struggled, like I said, with sleep, digestion, constant ear infections, and she has some gross motor control and delays with that. And she struggled really significantly with this. And having such a severe multi-system health challenges makes perfect sense with this HRV. So you can see it's even worse than the mother that is working her butt off, doing very good in the gym, but has chronic fatigue. And this is very significant in the sense that the more red it gets, the less function of that vagus nerve really. And you can see it is sympathetic dominant on that side, meaning that this side, which is parasympathetic, which we ideally at least see it on this side, it is struggling to keep up, definitely. And so she needed a lot of care to get this under control, but after that, it turned out that we were able to get her nervous system calmed down a little bit and get more balance between that brake pedal and that gas pedal going on with her nervous system. But measuring the nervous system and the vagus nerve input is the first step to getting your child or you in the right direction with everything. So if you do suspect that your child is struggling with vagus nerve dysfunction or anything else that we talked about in this video, going through the clinical process that we provide here is going to be beneficial to know and not to guess. And not only will you get the neurological scans run to find exact level of dysfunction within the nervous system, but you're going to be able to have a deep, in-depth conversation with myself or any of the other doctors we have here about the specific challenges and how chiropractic can help that essentially. And so from that information that we find on there, we'll come up with an exact plan for you as far as what does it look like to get, typically from what we see with our offices and offices across the country that use similar protocols, to get results that you need and you deserve. So if you want to dig more into the vagus nerve, I'm going to attach a couple articles in this post. And if you do know anyone else struggling with similar things, especially sleep, digestion, these things are huge parts of your life, folks. And if you're struggling with it, I know it's not easy. So please ask, comment, you name it, and we will be there to help. Maybe you're not in our area, we'll find you someone that can help you too. So peace and love to you all. Have a wonderful day. Dr. JJ out.